One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport. Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Throwing first play is Pickett. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Nick Bosa, his second sack of the night. Well, someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. That'll go as a 42-yard punt. They'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Bears take over. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And some room to roam now. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one 28 yards on the ground. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And some space here. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one good for 33 and a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, right back to Etienne. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 46 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And they'll try again here, first and goal after the false start. Pickett will look to throw it here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on first and goal.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
After the sack on first down, Pickett under pressure again, and down he goes again. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, how about this? A fistful of sacks already. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. What an incredible start for this defense. If they keep this pace up, they could be looking at an all-time performance.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And his kick here is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries. The Bears at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, We'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here's Fields.
Steps away to his left. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
He finds his man, complete. It's Sherman. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Bears! Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Bears have taken the lead.
Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now Pickett.
His throw incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
This is taken at the 23. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And that will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Play action. It's Fields.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. A great move by Montgomery. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. To throw again on 2nd down. Pickett. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Slot man moves right. To throw on 2nd and 10.
Pickett.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Pickett. He's going to throw it again. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Chris Barnes. And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
54's Mike. Check.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Now a 1st down throw. Fields.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Knocked out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Check 26, check 26.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down. And he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Mike 51, you got nothing to run. You got nothing.
Montgomery will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They're going to run this with a tight end, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 17-3. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting. Unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers and quickly.
Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
117 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Rohrwasser's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
After the field goal, Bailey will kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hey, we got 51. There we go. Check 51.
Another try after the first down sack. Pickett. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett.
Gets this one to use check. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back.
Going for it on fourth down. Here's Pickett.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Open man right side is Tony. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And this one is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
Fighting to stay upright. Pickett lost it, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields, flush to his right. Throws right side, and that's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, He just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Fields now to throw.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Drake Jackson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now Fields.
He'll buy some time right. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. From 19 yards away.
And the Bears add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away.
Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
2nd down, here's Davis Price.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And some room to maneuver.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Another tote for Etienne.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. A give running right, ETN. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
Mike 51. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Pickett sets up play action. Sliding out of the pocket. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just